Coming up on the Guinnesseurs. Pissed up man drops suitcase. I tilt my pint for no apparent reason. Suicidal Guinness. And Sean tries to steal a pub.
I want that in my back garden.
What, just that pub?
Yeah, just that. Wow.
Sean opens up about his love life.
Chin says, oh my God, I'm so creamy. And I love you. And it all sticks on your tash and you love it. And you know you've got a good pint of Guinness.
And we have to deliver some brutal home truths.
I'm going to say this quietly. This is probably the worst pint we've had all day. The boys are in Liverpool, the Guinnesseurs.
Yep, just outside Lanigans. It's our first stop of Liverpool. First of many. Liking it, the look, very traditional.
Looking forward to this one.
Hopefully it's a good start. Right, here in Lanigans, busy for a Sunday afternoon. It is 10 to 2 on a Sunday and it's chocker. Horse racing's on.
Had to fight our way in here to get our first Guinness of the day.
We did, yeah. It's looking decent. What are your thoughts, Sean?
I think it's okay. You've got a better dome on yours, obviously. We
A bit more of a dome.
sat here for about 2 or 3 minutes, just letting it settle.
Yeah, the glass looks like it could be cleaner. It's got a bit of a bit of markings on the side, sign of a slightly dirty glass. But you know, if the Guinness tastes good, I'll forgo that. So, sláinte.
It's nice.
That's a good pint. That is definitely a good pint. That's a very nice pint.
It's nice.
I'd say there's definitely. Well, we replaced last night and it was quite bitter. This is definitely less bitter, isn't it? Split the G as well. Yeah. No, yeah. I think first one of the day always is going to taste
the
good.
best. It does, doesn't it?
But I'm going to say let's have another swig. And
That is. It's quite creamy. It's lovely and cold.
yeah.
I like it like that.
Yeah. No, it's not too cold because there's a kind of that. I don't know whether it's through an extra cold or a cold. I didn't see what tap it came out of. I think it's decent. I think we'll check what the shtick is like or the lacing. Apparently, the official Guinness naming for this is the lacing. I think
I could never pronounce slick anyway, so
Stick.
I'll stick with the lacing.
Stick, slicks, schnick, whatever you want to call it. I have to say as well, pretty cool bar. He's definitely Irish. There's no doubt about that. With all the famous Irish people.
Georgie Best,
Yeah,
Mrs. Brown.
Mrs. Brown's boys.
Yeah,
Not a fan myself, but I know Sean's a big fan of Mrs. Brown.
absolutely love her. Him, sorry.
Tell you what, I really like this place. I've never been here before, but I'd definitely come back. We're going to start off markings. 5 out of 10 is bang average.
Yep.
This is above that. Don't know about you. Personally, I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for a 7.5.
You know, I was going to go for around about 7.
Yeah.
I think yours probably deserves the 0.5.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Maybe for the
And
fact
that's from the same pump.
Yeah.
Pump. It's just a different pouring, different glass, maybe. So I definitely would give that a 7. I'd quite happily drink that all day.
Okay.
But I'm hoping to get better as we go along.
Yeah, we don't want to start too high because if we have something amazing, then we'll bloody hell, that's made this go down to a 6 or whatever. But yeah, maybe. So you're saying 7. I'm going to say. Yeah, I have 7.5. Yeah, so yeah, we'll meet in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. 7 point.
It's a nice pint.
Yeah.
And I think a nice pint deserves at least a 7.
I could have more of these in here, but I wouldn't go, oh my God, blew my socks off. But, you know, good start. I'm happy, feeling good. Atmosphere is good for a Sunday.
Bit of a crack going on in the pub.
Yeah.
People enjoying themselves on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
What more can you ask for? And there are plenty of people in here drinking the Guinness.
Yeah, it's always a good sign when you see them drinking Guinness. When they poured the pint just fell off the.
Off the counter there.
Yeah.
Don't know what happened there.
So if there is footage of that, play the replay now. I don't know the mystery of the falling Guinness. Maybe the Guinness gods went, that was a bad one, get rid of it.
Most people in this pub today are either drinking Guinness or the Irish cider, so it's actually like being in a real Irish pub in Ireland.
No, I like it. I like the place, I like the crack. Good. We move on to the next.
We do.
Sláinte.
Second pub, number 2. First one, we gave a 7, did we?
Yeah, it's hard to tell straight away. Obviously, you know, we've had a lot of Guinness over the years.
Yeah.
So I've going in, it's definitely above average, that one. But this one, it looks promising from the outlook. It's Guinness time, big, bold, on the wall. If I'm looking at that, I'm thinking they mean business.
Yeah.
Let's hope if they can walk the walk.
They can talk the talk. Or, no, pour the pour.
They can talk the talk.
They can pour the pour.
They can pour the pour. Hey.
Well, I've had a sip out of mine already. I couldn't wait because she told me a great story about this is the best pint of Guinness in Liverpool.
Did she?
She did.
Well, that's a statement, isn't it?
She said she's got the head just right, so.
There's a few bubbles in it.
Yeah.
Don't know if you can see it, but there's a couple of bubbles. We've got.
But it does look nice and creamy.
Not much domage, but it's obviously new style glass, which is standard for over here. Nice, lovely lady. Dorothy. Thank you very much. Service, 10 out of 10. But is the Guinness, is the question.
That's it.
So let's not beat around the bush. Sláinte. Right, off the bat, a lot colder than in Lanigans, isn't it? It's definitely the extra cold.
Sweeter, do you think?
Yeah, I'd say that. I'd say it's
a
got
little sweeter.
It's got the sweetness with the bitterness afterwards, which is what you want. I'd say the creaminess is.
Again,
is
you
okay.
seem to be getting the best pints. Looking at yours, I'm going to swap the next time we go.
Yeah.
I'm going to swap
Well,
yours
that's
for
fine,
mine. But I love the sweetness because you know then it's a nice Guinness.
Yeah.
And then that little bitterness later on as it goes down, which is nice.
So this is again, it's not blowing my socks off. It's
I wouldn't
decent.
complain about that.
No, I'd say, you know, they've got the big sign outside, it's Guinness time.
Yeah.
You go in here, right, okay, it's Guinness time. Yeah.
And
it's decent.
Yeah, to be fair, you'd be fairly happy with that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Again, it's not the best pint I've had in my life, but then I'm quite old and I've lived a long time and I've had lots of Guinness, so
You have indeed.
it's going to take some beating to beat my best Guinness that I've ever had. But seriously, if I was out for the afternoon, came in here,
You'd be happy?
I'd be content.
You'd be happy?
Yeah.
And we've not even talked about the pub.
We haven't, have we now?
What's your thoughts?
Well, we walked in, there was Irish music playing, that was great. That's disappeared.
There's now Oasis, we're now in Manchester.
Yeah.
But that's fine, you know, it's not all about that. It's one of them, O'Neill's, it's a chain, isn't it? So they're all around the country. Decent, but if we're giving it a score, one last swig.
Yeah.
Creamy enough.
I would not complain about that. Seriously, if I wasn't doing what I'm doing today, I'd be quite happy to drink that all day.
We're going to give it a 6.5.
I'm with you on that, definitely.
It's above average by a good margin. But it
Compared to a lot of other
margins.
places, you know, it could be an 8. But it's not, because we've got the rest of Liverpool to do.
But I think that for me is a good score, and it means that I come back here and I'll have a Guinness quite confidently. Yeah, nice.
Worth every penny, I think.
Thank you very much. Good stick.
Cheers.
Thank you very much, O'Neill's.
Off to the next one.
See you later.
Here we are at Malones. Pretty good reputation. People reckon it's a good pint of Guinness.
I'm feeling confident. It looks very Irish, obviously. Not always meaning a good Guinness. See what it's like.
Come on in, folks. Well, looking at that, Malones, not a bad domage on there, if that's what you want to call it.
Yeah, no, it's
It looks
you've got
good.
a slightly better domage, but that's
About time, I think,
Yeah, it
isn't
was
it?
about time.
I've got the better one. Look at that, that's not bad, Charlie, look at that. Flanche.
no shit.
That sweetness and bitterness is there,
It's got a slight twang to it.
hasn't it?
It's got a bit of a twang. It's got the creaminess. Bang on. I'm happy with that.
That's all right, I'm happy with that as well.
But it is
Again,
just slight after twang.
yeah,
I'm
there's
gonna-
that little twang, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
We'll probably find out as we get further down the pint. But initially, the first sip of that, again, I'm going to say I'd be happy. But I'd be happy drinking Guinness anywhere I am. You know, I love my Guinness. But I do appreciate a good pint. And initially, coming into that, it's a half decent pint. Let's see.
It is creamy. There's creaminess there. It's got
To
decent.
be fair, that's probably the creamiest pint I've had so far. 2 sips,
Yeah.
and it's still creamy.
No, that's.
Charlie, it's not what I would call a Powers pint, because Powers pub in Ireland, in Dunmore East, has been consistently serving the best pint of Guinness I've ever had. And unfortunately, I have that in the back of my mind, and I compare every pint against theirs. But at the same point, you can't expect that kind of Guinness in England, unfortunately. People say it doesn't travel. Well, I'm not so sure. I think it does, actually. It's still not the same. You know, the Irish still know how to pour it, how to look after the lines, the pipe.
Well, a theory that I'd heard about, I don't know how 100% true it is, and we're going to hopefully start speaking to some landlords about it, but apparently Guinness in Ireland, the sell-by date on it, when it's delivered to the pubs in the kegs, it's 6 weeks.
Yeah,
Whereas apparently in the rest of Europe, it's 6 months.
yeah, right.
Now, whether that's true or not, don't take that as gospel. In theory, we could be drinking a 5-month-old Guinness, but
from the
I doubt
barrel.
it in here. Irish flags left, right, and centre.
Molly
We've got
Malone posters and
a load of Guinness
Hot.
stuff, big Guinness stout mirror.
lovely mirror. I'd like that for my room.
You know what? I'm going to give it a 6. Merely because the glass lets it down severely, because that is dirty.
Well, yeah, well, there's all paint on the outside of it.
What it is.
I don't know, it's something, look. That's what I want in my local pub. I want to be able to come out for a pint, finish a pint, and the glass looks like that, despite it's a bit mucky.
So what are
yeah.
you giving it, Sean? We have not even got to the bottom.
Well,
What are you giving it?
you've said 6.
Is it?
I
Do you think that's low?
Yeah.
I might be a bit harsh, but
Considering what we've had already,
all right, I'm going to give.
I think it's a bit unfair giving that a
all right,
6.
Okay, I'm going to give it 6 points.
I'd have gone for a
5.
7.
I think for me, if it was a nice clean glass, I'd have upped
Yeah.
that. But I'm sure we've got pictures there of it when it first came. It had marks all over the glass,
Yeah.
and it's got black bits all in it.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
sorry,
yeah.
I'm
Sorry, you
I'd
need to
love-
look after your
I'd
glasses.
love to give it more, but I
Molly?
can't.
Have a word and look after the glasses, will you?
Yeah, but it was decent.
I'm going to have to go with Charlie. 6.5. Would have been a 7.
Above average. It definitely above. I'd happily drink that Guinness. It's just a shame about the glasses, really. But that's us being Guinness snobs, because that's who we are.
It's nice. It is nice though. They put a bit of Saw Doctors on in the background, because I love the Saw Doctors.
Yeah, that's wooed him a bit, actually.
Yeah,
You know,
so
up to a 7
I
now.
might have gone to a 7 now. Saw Doctors, yeah.
Right.
All my loving is gone and all my Guinness is gone.
Yeah.
So
Speaking
we
of
need to
which,
move on.
Yeah. Next pub. Thank you very
Next
much.
pub. See you later, folks.
Flanagans Apple. We've got live music going on. Matthew Street. It's always buzzing.
Always buzzing.
No matter what time of day, there's music going on. There's atmosphere.
Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock. Look at this.
Famous Street. We've got the Cavern Club down the road. So we're going to go in, see what the Guinness is like, what the crack is like.
Come on in, folks.
Do a little kill test now.
Yeah, it's there. It's there. Okay. Oh, I like that.
It's nice.
I like it.
Yeah.
There's no bitterness there. Little
No,
sweet.
that's
That's nice. I'm liking that.
Yeah.
I'm liking the the temperature.
Right, let's have another sup. You're right. It's got the sweetness, with the bitterness at the end of it.
Yeah.
It's got creaminess.
Yeah.
Is it the creamiest of the day?
No.
And if we're talking about the pub,
Bla-
without the flags,
Blagging it up.
it's not that Irish.
No.
So would you know it was an Irish bar? I'm going in here with very high expectations. And I'm expecting something that's going to be like, oh my god,
Yeah.
the creamiest, loveliest thing ever. But
To be fair,
It's-
what put me off straight away was the server. The server didn't pour this with love. There
No,
was no.
there's a-
It was just pint
there's
of
a
Guinness.
vibe
There
of,
you go.
yeah, here's another, here's
There
just
you go.
another
There's
pint,
just another
blah, blah,
pint.
blah.
Get on.
Get it out, serve
Yeah.
it, no domage, which isn't
Yeah.
the end of the world, but it always looks nice when it's got that creamy
Yeah.
dome on the head.
I think if they'd have poured that a little bit better, they could have got the domage. They could have made it a bit more presentable, which would have impressed us.
And I
But
think
despite that, it's a decent pint. To be fair, so far today, I have not been disappointed with any of the Guinness at all.
all been above average.
They've all been, yeah, I think you could say above average because I don't know what it is. Probably there's more Irish people in Liverpool, I don't know. And they have to keep the Guinness to a certain standard. Whereas, you know, when you get out of town and people are not bothered about the Guinness, it's just another beer, they don't care. I think they do put a little bit more effort here in Liverpool
Yeah.
because they do have the Guinness drinkers.
One more swig. Let me know
And
your
have a go.
thoughts.
To be honest, Charlie,
What are we saying?
I'm going to give it 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah. What would you say? That looks great. That looks absolutely wonderful.
That.
But you've got the good one again. Look at mine. What is the crack? Are they
This
saying?
is the thing
Let's
with
give
Guinness.
Charlie the good pint and give Sean the crap pint.
The question is here now, right? Give it here. We've got 2 pints of Guinness, poured one after the other. One of them, that's the back of the pint. That's the back of the pint. Is it the way you drink it? What side do you drink from?
It's just you. They look at you and think, oh, isn't he nice? I'll give him the nice pint.
No.
Oh, look at that old fella. Just give him the rubbish.
I don't. What side do you drink from the same side every
No,
time?
I turn it round.
Well, this is the problem. You turned it round. If you stick to the same if you stick to the same side every time.
All right. Now it doesn't look so bad.
Yeah. See, you're just drinking it wrong, Sean.
I'm
After
drinking
all
it
this,
wrong.
you think you get
after
the
all
shit
these years, after 50 years of drinking Guinness, I'm drinking it wrong and you're drinking it right.
The thing that knocked it down for me was there was no domage on it.
Because domage just invites you and says, oh my God, I'm so creamy. And I love you. And it all sticks on your tash and you love it. And you know you've got a good pint of Guinness. So no domage, so 6.5 for me. I'd have given you a 7 if it'd have had domage.
There you go. You've had
You're
it
for that?
You've had it from Sean.
Yep.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay. I'm sticking 6.5.
That's fine. You give it what
That's
you want,
fine,
Sean.
yeah,
But I'm gonna
yeah,
give it a 7.
fine.
Merely because it was tasty. It was creamy enough. Not the creamiest thing ever, but it was creamy.
Yeah.
And I almost feel bad because of Molly Malones because
They were gorgeous.
They were-
They gave us baby Guinness.
they gave us baby Guinness.
At the end, free.
They were lovely.
And they knew we'd already marked them out, so there was no interference with marking. Carry on, follow us to the next pub, because
wherever we're going
seriously. Now, don't
knows?
forget, folks, we're on number 4 now, so
still got
it might
two- two or
start getting
three.
a bit messier, okay?
2 to go. Yeah.
But we'll try and behave ourselves and do our best.
Plancha, lads.
Pleasure. See you later.
Still to come in part 2. Sean has a revelation
Believe it or not, Guinness does have an effect on you.
and things start to get a little heated.
Why does that always happen, Chuck? Why do you
Why?
always...
What are you thinking? Here?
Look at that, look at that,
What?
and look at that.
Sean forgets to turn his mic off. And as the pints go down, so do the standards.
What the f*** is that? Seriously, it looks like a wet